Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Wattpad Book Club. I'm your host, Shanks. Today I got my lovely wife over here. I got Joline right here.
Hello.
She's sporting a brand new profile. She's changed to
I have
indicate that it's a new year.
this profile is one of the alternate covers for Wonder Woman. I do not recall the issue, but it is gorgeous and I loved it and then I bought it.
Yeah, it's gorgeous just like you. Shit, autismers.
Cut that out.
Sorry. Sorry, am I making you blush?
No, this is not true. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. Yeah, anyway.
Negative autism risk.
How many aura points did I lose by doing this?
How many did you have?
At least like 15.
Oh shit, man, you're in the negative.
By how much? How many points do I gotta make up?
I don't know, man. You gotta find out when you you're
Alright. Well, we're back at One Piece, at a book that we both vaguely remember the plot of.
Woo!
I remember the last time we read this, at the very beginning, we were very confused. But to summarize, I think we're dating Shanks at this point. We have to kiss him to use our voice. I don't know if that's still a thing, but anyway.
Yeah.
Mihawk is our brother. Our dad was abusive. I think he's dead now. I don't know if that... I don't remember. And Mikon was like, I need to stay behind or some shit. And that's where we left off. That's all I remember.
Oh wow.
Oh damn, look at it. You see that Shanks art?
You didn't hear that.
Okay.
Yes, I do see this Shanks art. I definitely see it because I definitely have the book pulled up.
Do you need me to send you the book?
No, of course not, of course not,
Okay.
of course not.
Do you need me to at least tell you the name of the book?
I have it, we're on chapter 7.
Yeah, yeah, good job.
Yeah, where his face is all messed up.
Yeah. It's not messed up, he just got hurt, and now he's gonna look sexy later on.
Yeah.
Word, alright.
No, he's just bleeding a lot, that's why I said it's messed up.
Yeah.
He's dying.
He's fine, he lives for later on in the story. Can't be that bad. What's the phrase? It is but a flesh wound?
Tis a flesh wound. Tis but a flesh wound.
It is but a flesh
I
wound.
think that's how it goes.
Yeah, and his arm's fucking missing. It is but a flesh wound. Alright, let me take my coin. Do you want to be heads or tails?
I want to be tails.
Alright. It landed on my lap. It's tails.
Okay, nice, that's nice. What are you even talking about? You ask, leaving your loved side to stand up. Will you cry when you feel the wound in your leg as your weight shifts over it? Mihawk and Shanks brittle at first as they see your pain, but even if they are only a second late, another one catches your hand carefully to support you. Ben looks at your injured thigh worriedly, his other arm behind your back, holding you up by your waist. The relief is immediate, and you breathe out slowly while you regain your composure, raising your eyes back to your... back on your brother. This is gonna be one of those days.
It's just one of those days.
One of those days I can't read. You refuse to sit down. Not now. Mihawk nodded shortly to Ben, and you notice a slight scowl that he is unable to hide. Shanks masks his face with a hand and bites his lower lip. It shakes you since you lose sight of his face, the only thing keeping you together. I found out about 2 months ago that you were being poisoned for several years, whispers Mihawk, and it strikes you like lightning. The pirates look up with confusion, the same kind they used yesterday. You shake your head, and Ben scolds you silently as you try to step forward. He holds you back. Your brother walks closer, carefully brushing a wandering lock of hair behind your ear, and you can't even object as you see his anguish. Regret. that he never told you before. Your devil fruit is the strongest in the world. What's her name?
It's Amara. Amara?
Amara. Yeah, Amara. He says quietly, there's no power to conquer it, aside the sea itself. You know I can't even use it without it slowly killing me, he snapped, fist clenching. It's flawed. I wish I never... It is perfect, chucks me Hawk. And you fall back. Ben barely managed to keep you standing. It always was, as everything else about you. He never raised his voice at me before. The golden eyes are broad as he understands he startled you, even if his impulse wasn't against you. Your brother touches your shoulders and strokes your arm gently to calm you. Ever since you gained your ability, he poisoned you each day through your food, he whispers. I believe with some form of sea stone. It made using your power agonizing enough that you wouldn't use it if you had any other choice. Even if you did it, just a few seconds were painful enough to make you unable to fight after. You were taken aback by his words, and he kept caressing your skin to keep you in reality. Can he be right? My power? Today, I stopped time for over a minute when I got away from the ship, and the surges mildened so much in the week since I left his hell. Minutes? Hours? What is the limit if it wouldn't hurt? Your hand shakes. Is there even a limit? He was the strongest, but only until your devil fruit appeared, continued Mihawk. Father can make ordinary people obey all his wishes by the voices, drive you crazy or destroy you from the inside out, but he cannot oppose time. Then why didn't he just kill me? You ask. You shiver when you hear your voice so weak and silent, so incredibly tired. You disappear between Mihawk's arms, and Ben steps back as your brother takes you carefully. Because we are his children, he whispers, laying his face on top of your head, and for each other, we are what matters most in this world. He closes his eye to rule himself as he continues. Our father is the strongest swordsman alive, he says, and it stirs you up how his peaceful, caring tone carries such a message. And to pass on his title, he needs the best of the two of us. He trembles, and for a moment you feel as though you are the one who holds him, and not the other way around. He will make us fight until only one remains, whispers Mihawk, and you feel his breath brushing through your hair. In that battle, I cannot let you lose, Amara. Is that it, Amara? I genuinely cannot remember.
I think it's Amara, yeah. I think that's how we pronounced it.
Thank God. There's nothing left inside you, and you want to push him away and yell at him for telling you such things, but you know that if he lets you go, you may never be able to stay yourself again, dancing back from the edge of your sanity. You allow yourself to let go of it all. You hope that if you don't even move, this world of shadows will forget you, your past and future melting into dust under the claws of the hollow that grows in your chest. And you want it all to end because you don't know how to keep fighting anymore. Crack. You recoil at the disturbing sound of flesh and bones tensing against metal. Crack. Your voice gets choked up in your throat when you see him at the edge of the cell, slamming his fist against the iron bars again and again, his blood spattering to the ground. Captain, shouts Rue, but Ben stops him when he wants to run there. He has to fall on the floor and runs his fingers into his hair, glaring at the others. He seems lost. Mihawk looks at you, and back at the red-haired man. Well, you all listen to the creaking of his bones as the force he uses. Your brother steps away, and after he sees that you stand alone safely enough, he runs there. Stop that, you idiot, growls Mihawk, grabbing the arm of your love. This won't solve any. You thrill as you see Shanks ripping his hand free and punching the other in the face, who falls back against the wall. Mihawk's golden eyes widen as he touches his nose and looks at the blood on his palm. No one has ever made him bleed before, aside from his father. You grit your teeth as you push all your pain away and run forward, falling over the boy's neck. Shanks freezes when he feels your skin on by his as you hug him. His crimson, dripping hands drop it to his side. His beautiful brown eyes are caught by something above you, something that no one else can see. and his tears gleam over his sunburnt skin. He radiates rage and energy nothing like you've ever known before. The bars have bent, but barely. He wasn't acting on his sane, rational mind. This place is impossible to break out from. Long ago, Mihawk broke his arms twice by trying. That's that's why there are even no guards down here. Only a level above. You cry silently as you take his hand into yours and lift it against your lips, pressing them against it even though you know you can't heal him. His skin is burning hot and ripped from bruises, but you only feel his heartbeat as you hold his wrist. And when you look up again, you see his fury turning into deep sorrow, and his stare clears as he recognizes you again. He embraces you and breathes in your scent, and you are home. He went for you into the emptiness, and when you returned, he woke with you. I can't get, I can't let that happen, love. He whispers, his free hand following the line of your cheek. I can't. He looks at Mihawk, who stands his gaze proudly. You can't read either of their expressions. You're scared. You're just as beautiful and weak as your mother was. You hide your face in his chest, feeling the familiar curve of his muscles, his collarbone, and the start of his neck. You know every bit of him, and it's the greatest bliss of all. And you can't lose him. Not when your story barely started. But if writing it would cost your brother's life, the pages would be torn before the first letters of ink would taint them. But when you feel something warm upon your head, you look up again, and you tremble when you see him smiling, brighter than the ancientest treasures. Even through his tears, a miracle, a rainbow across water drops by the sun. It shines upon you and whispers pledges of hope. He sets the straw hat on you and leaves a playful kiss on the tip of your nose, and he's back. We still have time, he states calmly, looking at his bleeding hand, stretching it to see its movement. He won't make you fight until your wounds heal. And the dummy Shanks takes a deep breath, then turns around to face all of you, and you would follow him to the end of all seas. There's a way against that devil fruit, he says, and your heart misses a beat when you see his skin darkening around his fist, which fades again in a second. And I won't let any of you die here, whatever it costs me. The land shudders at his voice, but he doesn't notice it. It is a power of conquerors and kings, the greatest power to wield. His friends smile back at him with a complete face. Your eyes meet with Mihawk as you both understand, showing the same thought as you sent it, stronger than any of you've known. Hockey. And Shanks turns back to the bars again with a bold grin, lifting his bleeding hand for the next hit. A few hours later, you open your eyes and you feel him lying down at your side, pulling you tightly to himself. You melt into the well-known pressure of his hug, and your mind fills with images and phrases of him. Are you okay? You ask quietly, not to wake the others, and Shanks smiles again, kissing you sweetly. You let yourself get lost in this moment, focusing only on his breath mending with yours, and the softness of his mouth, the taste of his skin. You never reckoned you could love someone so much, and so differently than any kind of affection you knew before. Sorry for looking you up, he whispers, but you shake your head. It's hard. He sighs deeply and cuddles you, rubbing his cheeks to your hair, and you can't help but chuckle when he lets out a dramatic whine when he starts talking. I miss the time you needed to beg for a kiss just to say a word, he complains. It was the only tax I'm willing to pay. You can just ask for it then, you murmur, your lips almost brushing his. When he reaches for you, you grin and avoid him, leaving a brief, fond smooch over the corner of his mouth. Ask, love. You giggle as you see him blushing and looking away, and it makes you forget everything else that has happened. It's just you and him now. Him, pouting like a child robbed of his favorite toy. You clearly missed my point about the begging part, he huffs. I'm begging no man, he shrugs, absent-mindedly playing with his soft, vivid hair. He blows on your hand to annoy you, then pushes his gifted hat to your back and strokes your jaw, lifting your face up a little. We'll see if I can make you, he smirks. And when Mihawk sneezes high-pitched, Shanks screeches and crawls back away from you. I didn't even touch her. I swear. Yasop sits up so suddenly that you almost get a heart attack. And there's a piece of raw set of instinct, which hits your majestic pile of testosterone right in the middle of this perfectly chiseled forehead. Ah! Annihilated, reports the long-nosed pirate laconically, falling back to the ground as heavy as lead. Good night. Good night, answers Rue, mooching towards Ben without waking up. The older man slaps him before turning around. You blink in confusion as the scene dies out as quickly as it began, except for Shank's silent squealing for his hurt head and pride. And when you realize that all the men were dead asleep the whole time, you start laughing with all your heart, to which the boy's hair bristles up like a kitten's fur. He jumps to you and tries to cover your mouth, but you bite his hand to keep laughing, which freaks him out even more on how you will wake the others up to tell what happened. But when he kisses you deeply and locks you to himself, you fall silent and close your eyes. Warmth and joy spreads through your veins, and you lean in for more and more, which he is willing to give you. Jinx only breaks away when he gasps for air, but even then, he leaves 3 more small, quick kisses as a goodbye. How the tables have turned, love, he whispers, entertained by his flustered skin, his hand resting on your waist while the other traces the arch of your neck and shoulder. Now, I'd rather kiss you to shut you up. It's a tax I'm willing to pay, you answer, smiling back at him as you close the gap again. Still, it's only in the present a little more. But you both breathe when a sound wanders in the room, something you've not thought you'd never hear again in your life. A gentle, welcoming voice that carries only oaths and promises of happiness and care, but awakens memories in you that hurt greatly. Memories of a little boy who rarely stopped smiling. A song, once woven by a beautiful, kind young woman here in the castle when it wasn't yet filled with darkness. Drakul Hawk is singing while he dreams.
Shit, alright.
Damn!
Hey, I used this image as a thumbnail once! It's the one from the 3rd episode!
Oh, I love that, honestly.
Oh my god,
It's full circle! Full circle!
That's my favorite song. Alright, chapter 8.
Full circle?
Yeah, that's the song 5-5 for your Death Punch.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
More you know, Pookie. Alright, so that one took you 15 minutes to read. Watch this one take me 30 minutes to read. I'm so good at this shit, man. Alright, 8. I'm so glad I didn't make a 6-7 joke for the chapter you read. I've been so fucking out of date. Alright. Shanks' sighed. I watch in complete silence as her eyes gleam more and more while she listens, like melting pots of the most precious gold. The sight takes my breath away as her lips open slightly, her long hair falling freely over her shoulder while she sits up, her bright irises clinging to her brother, who sings quietly in the shadows of the prison, unaware of the reality around him. My thoughts cease, until only she remains, the memory of her warmth fading from me, and I reach for her face to feel it again, to feel that she belongs to me, to hear her heart beating until I could believe it to be my own. I wonder if she knows. If she knows she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. But when I touch her, I shudder at the sense of the wetness of her skin, and her tears almost burning my fingers. I almost had nublets.
God damn it.
I stopped myself.
I'm gonna keep nublets a single day.
Nublets will always interfere with Wattpad Book Club readings. They're like an infestation.
Disease.
Yeah, they're like cicadas in like spring. They just start showing up. Akugami Shanks scowls as he pulls his hand back, looking at her confusingly. She seems to be drifting far away. Her shallow breath and the flowing water droplets the only signs that she is alive. What is it, love? He whispers, returning to her side, but waiting patiently not to disturb her. Look at me, Amara. She shivers when she hears her name, and then he casts his eyes down as she turns to him slowly. Mom's song, she answers, her gaze widen, her voice lost and vulnerable as a forgotten abandoned child's. He wants to embrace her more than anything. Like that one song from Has Been a Time. But something stops him as he looks back at her brother, not noticing how she's crying. He doesn't dare to ask. But she continues, closing her eyes to hide the last rays of light in the night of the cell. Mihawk was born to wield the sword, she says, but I was always weak in my father's eyes. I was weak because I needed twice the training to keep up with my brother. She looked at Shanks, her fist clenching. Mom was different. She was kind and gentle, and Dad only kept her around for her beauty, but he blamed her because I wasn't good enough. Once, when I was 7, I refused to fight. I kept losing anyway, so I told him I wanted a different future, one that I chose. He locked me here for the first time, and her voice was my punishment. She pulled up her knees and huddled herself up, resting her chin above her legs as she rocked back and forth. Mom cut out her tongue that day after she visited me here. She quivered. She thought it would make it stop, and it never did. After that, I never heard truly her again. I was kept here for a week, and day by day she came here. She tried to reach me, but I was chained to the wall and I was terrified. I didn't know devil fruits existed. I only heard her voice day and night screaming at me that I should die. I couldn't look at her. I didn't understand why she would tell me those things. Six's chest feels grave as he listens while she stops to inhale slowly, trying to rule her emotions. I only understand when the voice stopped, she said. Somehow, I knew what it meant, and a few hours later, they threw in Mihawk, bloody, covered in deep cuts. He never told me what happened, and he seemed completely hollow. I thought he would never smile again. We were left in silence, and I started to lose my mind. I wish I could hear her again, no matter what she said. She smiles, and the man didn't dare to move, afraid that even a mild waft can shatter her now. That night, when I closed my eyes, I didn't want to wake up again, she continued softly. But I wanted to fall asleep. But as I started to fall asleep, I felt his arms around me. He didn't let me go, and he started singing her song, our lullaby, to break the silence that tortured me. I still believe that he saved my life because that moment, all I wanted was to disappear into the ravine that her voice left behind. Shanks tensed up as she hugged him tightly, searching for comfort, and he holds her so close that he could feel every thrill of her body. Her brother flinches in his sleep and stops singing. Mihawk is the strongest and most gentle soul in this world, she murmurs, before leaning back, cupping the face of the young man, who tried to wipe her tears away. And whatever it costs me, I will protect him from what it is about to come, as he's always done for me. And Agimi Shanks pulled her into his lap, his head dropping to the curve of her neck and shoulder, her scent dimming the edge of her words that stabbed into his chest. Dorman rustles his name tenderly and runs her fingers into his red hair, rolling a silky lock around her finger. She takes the gifted straw hat and smiles through the ghosts of her past to be present for the man she had fallen in love with. She leans down and kisses his temple as softly as she can, and then he turns his head to see her again, and she whispers by his lips, "And once you're all safe, I will create a world as wonderful as the dream you are." Shit, Riz. Alright. Alright, Amara sighed. Morning. Wake up. Oh, sounds of a harsh voice, and you set up right away as the dread shakes you when you recognize it. Your father is standing inside the cell, leaning against a wall with an amusing smile blooming on his face. I guess he wasn't dead. Shit, alright.
Oh, damn.
You are Miss Dearly, daughter. He grins, touching his chest with his left hand. You have broken our hearts here, you know, leaving just like that. And now you brought back a man with you?
A man?
A man?
I expected you to be a lesbian.
I was about to say the same thing. You know we only let you date queer people. You can't come in here with a straight white man.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. You look around scarily as Shanks moves next to you. As he opens his eyes, you can feel his muscles, is it tightening or tauntingly, as he tries to charge forward without a second thought. But you catch his arm and pull him back. I forgot that he has 2 arms in this.
Oh yeah, we haven't even gotten to Luffy.
Yeah, because he still has a straw hat.
Yeah.
Oopsies.
How young in this.
Yeah. little youngster. You see Mihawk doing the same for his friends, even if his eyes run quickly between you and your father. Your dad leans forward, the dark hair falling on his face as he lowers his voice, taller than any of you. I've even like that. I thought I should pay a visit to see how your wound is doing. He claps once joyfully. Also, introduce myself to these young men. So kind to take my little girl home. My name is Vlad Dracula. I'm eternally grateful for taking care of her. You can barely hold Shanks back. Your lungs ache with pressure. That Vlad points to the door of the cell, wide open to the corridor. Although your help was appreciated, it's no longer needed. He smiles angelically. You are free to leave. Amora is where she has to be. You cry out desperately when Shanks breaks free from your side with a hoarsely growl, like a damn wolf out here. It's always come back to the growls. And runs forward, ignoring how you and Mihawk shout at him to stop. Vlad's face darkens despite how his smirk stays, and he moves his hand in the air. Something grips in your mind when Shanks yells in pain and falls to his knees after the first few steps. He collapses on the ground, pressing his hands over his ears, but it didn't help. It never does. His thoughts were fighting with the devil for power. One you know too well. If anyone else could hear it now. You are nothing, and I'm not repeating all those nothings. He screams as you scramble, and he cries, and your fragments make you bleed as his nails rip his skin as his friends follow him to the ground. And Mihawk shouts for you, but you couldn't hear it. You couldn't hear it anymore. Time stops. 3 seconds. You cross the distance, forgetting how badly your leg hurts. You lift your hand in the air. Time resumes. You are nauseous when you feel flesh and bones against your fist, and you lose your balance as the surge arrives, arching your back from the sudden misery of the poison. Strong fingers, not nublets. Strong fingers close around your neck that won't let you fall, and you suffocate as you struggle to free yourself. Vlad laughs and spits out blood to his side, and then throws you to Mihawk easily. Shanks finally stops shaking. Rox helps him up while Yasop and Ben get ready to fight. You start crying as you realize you lost your voice again, and your brother shakes your head in despair. Oh my god, despair? Sorry. As he holds you while your body ignites from the after effect. Sorry, can you tell we're playing Danganronpa and doing shit with that? But it's almost like time freezes again when your father takes his sword and aims it forward, and everyone stops when Shanks yells at his friends to wait. You're bold, Amora, whispers Vlad, looking at the blood in his hands. If you push your ability at your current state, you might die. He hums silently before smiling again, raising his eyes to you. Your death is mine, just as your life is, he says. Forget that again, and I will kill you myself. What the hell do you want? Shouts Mihawk, and the man flinches in annoyance. Your brother grinds his teeth in rage as he stands up, holding you as you barely cling to your consciousness. You just touched her again. Oh, you just touched her again, and I will. He stops and his shoulders drop when something shakes the cell, the same raw power you felt last night. The atmosphere itself turns heavy as stone, threatening as the monsters of the night, and even your father looked back in surprise, lowering his blade. Your love stands his gaze, and it sends a shiver down your spine. Lud washes his face for a second and then looks at the straw hat on your back, and he laughs loudly as he understands once the conqueror's hockey stops. Agami Shanks. He opens his arms widely in excitement. What a delightful coincidence. If you're the strongest swordsman, stand against me with your fucking tricks, yells back Shanks as Ben helps him up, until one of us dies. You grab your throat in hopelessness when you realize you can't even ask him to stop. Idiot, shouts Mihawk, and you close your eyes as you can't face this anymore. So be it, smiles Vlad, sheathing his sword, and your brother trembles when he feels you sob. Tomorrow at dawn, I'll give you what you want. He turns to you and Mihawk with betraying care. And of course, it'd be a perfect chance to settle the matter of my sweet children too, he says calmly. Win quick enough, and they'll both live. Even better. You can get you can get your friends to help if they defeat my army in time. Shanks looks at his friends, but they nod to him quietly, and it strains you how brave they are together, even in times like these. Although their duel would only be fair if she healed already, smiles my father. Oh, your father. Fuck. Watching Mihawk eagerly. But if we wait more, I'm afraid I'll increase her take of poison. Such a troublesome devil fruit. And your heart skips a beat when your brother hesitates only for a moment before he calls for Lux, and he hands you over to him, knowing that you didn't have enough power left to oppose. You watch him terrifyingly as he walks to Vlad, who offers him a short dagger. Dracula Mihawk takes a deep breath and then slices open his thigh, same place and depth as yours was yesterday. Okay, was not expecting that. Okay. This is not the vibe.
No.
He took a chance of tomorrow, no matter how slightly it appeared. Your father grins satisfyingly and takes his son's arm over his shoulder to help him, and then heads to the door while Mihawk pants for air from the new injury. She glares into the nothing. And as your surge stops, you're at the edge of fainting into oblivion, even if Ronks kept calling your name. Follow me, smiles back Vlad, mistaking a step on purpose, to which Mihawk whimpers from the pain. He heads towards the stairs that leads up to the castle. I'll show you to your rooms for tonight. The last thing you feel is Shanks' arms as he takes you carefully before leaving the cell of your childhood and promising that it will be okay. Then, in the darkness that follows, you hear your mother singing to you through the little boy whom she gave her life for.
Damn.
I was starting to fucking struggle at the end.
No, I gotcha. You know what? I didn't correct you this time.
Thank you.
But you kept saying rock, and it's Rue.
I'm gonna go cry
It's
in the corner
okay,
now.
it's okay, Pookie. No, Pookie.
I'm
just gonna let you have it. Yeah. We can pretend it's Rock. Like, what's his name? Fucking Rock. He's got an X in his last name, I can't remember.
Yeah. Can we just pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Yeah, it's okay. I also really need a wish right now.
A wish right now? We're so stupid.
An hour later, you're sitting opposite of the mirror silently, watching your reflection of you against the golden earrings that compete against the color of your eyes. You hate the pitch black dress that waited for you here, from the laces on the sides to the chain strap running over your shoulder. It's perfect because that's what your father expects of you. You run your fingers into your tight bun and loosen it to make it more comfortable, but you only want to run away from this place. You haven't seen the others since you woke up here, with the door locked from the outside. The voice misses from the voice missing from your mouth as if part of you was cut off and thrown to the bottom of the lake where no living thing could reach it. You almost forgot how suffocating it is when you are all alone before you met Smith's friend. You felt like you were growing obscured inside, day to day. You feared that once you woke up to your devil fruit working on its own, freezing time and the absent silhouette of your stolen voice, forcing you to wander eternally at a pace that no other heart could beat, and no one could hear you cry. The nightmare swept your soul away, and your mind was forever loud and restless, thinking of Mihawk's torment for you, setting you free. After Shanks, it was different. It was chance, peace, and kindness. He left more than ever before in your life. You acted differently around him, as if his openness found a way to the child you could never fully be. This was the reflection you wanted to live with. You, smiling in a safe dimension that forgot about your past. You spin your heels when someone knocks on the door, then slowly opens it, calling your name with care. Mihawk steps inside, and your fist clenches when you see him in a clean white shirt and a carefully tailored suit. He's flawless. His walk seems normal despite the new energy he puts to you, but you see his pain from the faint wrinkle between his eyebrows. Father expects us for dinner, he whispers, and he nods to show you understand. The young man offers you his arm, and you embrace him to support each other. You press your cheek against his shoulder for a second. He strokes your head as if he tries to lend you some strength. You turn your back again, and his features soften as he touches your dark hair. "You look wonderful tonight," he says gently, but sadness blends in his tone. But remember that it's not for him. You smile at him gratefully, and he smiles back with that rare, precious smile he shared with your mother. And when he guides you through the corridors, while every servant bows shortly to the two of you, finally calmness spreads through your veins because you feel him by your side. Since whatever happens tomorrow, it will always be there, and you will always be his sister, in this life or another. The fuck! The serenity. I can't, read.
Brother, welcome to my world.
No, I'm fucking senile and I need the font size to go bigger.
How big is the font size right now?
Okay, if any of the viewers are familiar with how Wattpad on mobile works, it'll let you zoom in to a certain point at a certain font size. I'm maxed out. I am maxed the fuck out.
You're still struggling?
Yes!
I'm so sorry, Poohie.
I'm gonna start pressing the glass of my glasses into my eyeball. I'm sorry, it's between that and the stigmatism. God, I feel like you know when you let your parents read something and they grab it and they hold it really close to your face?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just a me thing, but yeah, that. I'm literally less than 5 inches away from my phone. Because whatever happens tomorrow, you'll always be there, and you'll always be a sister. In this life or another. The serenity stays even when he lays his open palm on the tall oak door with wrought iron ornaments, taking a deep breath as he opens it. You nestle closer to him when you step inside, and your heart misses a beat when you see the great dining hall with your friends around the long table. Jinx rises from his seat as an instinct when he sees you, his cheeks slightly red. He smiles so honestly that you can't help but return it, and for a few moments, you forget all of your other thoughts, only him. He was a clean, expensive yet simple clothes like everyone else, given by your father who invited you, which all you knew, you didn't have a choice but to accept. You shiver as you feel the muscles tense in Mihawk's arm. when Vlad stands too, raising his hand as he grins. My beautiful children, he snickers. I'm so glad we could eat together once more, this last time. It's everything I had dreamed of. Please, take your seat. I asked the chef to make you a favorite. Mihawk looked at you worriedly when your father pointed the free seats by his two sides, but you notice him if you let him go, and you start making your way on the left. The whole scene sickens you as after he finds joy in it. This unreasonable dinner while the shadows of tomorrow's battle slowly drown all of you. The servant pouring the rich crimson wine they could never have a chance to try. Not like they could comprehend its taste anyway. Long years of agony with the voices made them the ideal hollow puppets to follow all your father's commands. Shanks' brown eyes follow you with pure love, and as you think about what is waiting for him, rage ravages your mind. You walk towards your assigned seat as your emotions boil gradually. You accidentally bump into a waiter as you try to hurry back to the kitchen. You freeze in terror as you catch the annoyed look in your dad's eyes when he sees it. He tilts his head, and another servant runs in there with a set of silverware. Mihawk casts his gaze down and he understands what's coming. Shanks shouts confusedly, but it's too late as Vlad raises his arm with a calm smirk. The waiter's expression doesn't change as he cuts off his own hand that touched you, and bows shortly before leaving the room. You glare at the blood on the ground in a complete trance, barely hearing as your friends start yelling, but then their bodies arch in misery when Vlad's devil fruit strikes them. Mihawk's voice pulls you back to reality, while new maids run in to clean blood from the floor. You look up at your father, who is still smiling. Sit here, he says, false gentleness, stoking the words with poisoned honey. We're waiting for you. Something snaps inside you, and your eyes burn as you walk to Shanks, like he reaches for you. Usually, as you regain consciousness, you lean down and find his lips only a moment before eating and walking to your seat, picking up your cup of wine at the bottom of the boy's hand. Vlad's golden eyes widen when you pour the red liquid over his shirt, and the lock in your voice opens to give you your soul words. Go and fuck yourself, you say silently. Mihawk's fingers close around his knife, and you don't dare look back at your friend. Your father watches you with a mixture of curiosity and amusement before touching the drenched fabric of his chest with a serious, unreadable expression. You brace yourself, but his power doesn't strike you as punishment. What's happening? Sit down, Amara, he whispers. No, you answer with a hoarse voice. If you want me to, cut my legs off. Oh shit! That is crazy!
Girl bossing.
She's girl bossing!
Hopefully
I hope she gets to keep her legs!
Yeah, me too.
You stand his gaze, counting your seconds. You don't have any words left to talk again, but you don't regret what you used them for. You only shudder when the man starts laughing loudly, and Mihawk's lips open in surprise. Vlad chuckles and stands up, pulling you closer by your shoulder. How could I do such a terrible thing to my only daughter? He asked innocently, stroking your skin. If you not wish to dine with us, you are free to go, darling. Inside the castle, that is. It's dangerous out there, you know. I wouldn't forgive myself if anything happened to you. You step away from him, shaking your head in disbelief, looking back at Shanks out of instinct. He moves towards you when he sees the begging in your iris, then catches his other arm to hold him. I'm afraid your friends must stay, smiles Vlad. I'm quite strict when it comes to my role as a host. Leave them to my care, and you can rejoin them as the sun dawns. Go, love, says Shanks behind you, and you feel like your lungs turn to stone as you hear him. We will be all right. And when they all nod to you, your brain feels so loud with untold things that you turn around and walk back to the gate, leaving the dining room behind, with everyone you care about and the monster that raised you. When the door closes behind you, you are panting for air quietly and crushed down by the wall, even if it tenses and almost rips the wound of your leg. But something hurts a lot more when you hear someone by your side. The young waiter sits beside you in complete silence, his gaze stuck up to his bloody hand. He doesn't seem to notice you, or anything else in the world. He is completely empty. He doesn't seem more than... No, I can't. Look, I can tolerate a lot of things, but like violence against children, you might as well just shoot me in the head. Cut my legs off.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Hey, at least we didn't do that. Right? We didn't do that, right?
No.
Okay, good. Your silence made me double check it.
No, I was just thinking. Damn, if this bitch just didn't bump it in, if she watched where she was going, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that makes me sick. You tear up the end of your dress and tied around his injury to stop the bleeding. The silk often slips from your grip. You want to ask his name, but you don't have a voice. Even if you did, he wouldn't be able to answer anyway. So you only share his silence for a few minutes, reaching down and holding his hand to comfort the soul that was barely there. Oh, excuse me. Its free will wiped away into nothing. Before you leave, you kiss his forehead as an apology, and a teardrop runs down your skin, falling upon his. And when you turn away, you don't see how he looks after you. There's a frail flame lighting up in his dim eyes. Once the warmth of your touch fades, you don't see how he smiles at you, brightly, before starting to cry. And you don't see how it stops when he closes his eyes, and then never opens them again. Bro, pick up the rest. That's actually no, I got it. It's fine.
I'm sorry this random child died.
You're lying over your bed, your index fingers pressed against your temples as you massage them. You don't understand why, but sudden pain appeared after you left the boy behind, as if you used your double fruit, although you didn't. It must be some after effect from yesterday. The surge softens since, yet your hands are still shaking. You try to distract yourself with thinking about your childhood in this room. You were terribly afraid of the dark and nights like this. You had nobody to guard you from your fear. You imagined beasts under your bed, witches in your window, all to threaten your life. Maybe to drive your mind from the real devil you called father. But almost drift into your dreams as you get lost in these visions. You jump up suddenly when you hear something hitting the glass from outside. And acting fairly awake, you rip up the hairband from your bun and throw it up into the window, the glass shattering to pieces. But you cry out voicelessly when you hear a dangerously familiar, frightened shriek. Then you see Shanks lowering himself down as he hangs from the frame. How the fuck did he climb here? When he catches your eye, he throws you a captivating smirk and looks over the edge with one hand and set his hat to enhance his charm. Evening, gorgeous, he winks. May I come in? The man ignores your literally dropped jaws as he hangs on for dear life and debate whether to kiss or punch him in the face, which occasion happens disturbingly often. And with his last working bridge, though, he bows to you, slightly deepening his tone. You are as beautiful as fuck! You shout his name in silence as you jump after him and barely catch his collar, leading him inside your room before he falls down. Akazami Shanks groans softly, sitting on the carpet where he's landed, and you throw a pillow at him pissed. Then again, he manages to dodge the third one. What did I get that for? He whines, sitting up and walking to you. You open your mouth to answer, then blush deeply when you remember you can't. Aw, tickle your tongue, baby? He grins. And how red you are. Let me see if I can make it worse. Give me a... You grimace with his cane and flick his nose. To which he sneezes high-pitchedly, and you can't help but laugh a little at his peaked face. He recovers rather quickly, and kneels up opposite you to sit on the bed, then cups your face and pulls it down to meet your lips. A face blooms over your tongue as it meets his, and you don't want the feeling to ever end, but after some time, he gives you 3 more playful kisses before leaning back, watching her face tenderly. Well, you wonder how much you could, how, fuck. Well, you wonder how can you love someone so much? I told you once, back on the sea, he whispered, with the pen running into your hair, tracing the edges of your ear. I want to hear you laugh. You smile at him gratefully, yet scowl when the man recoils as a dramatic gasp as his gaze drops to the ripped end of your dress. Are you cheating on me? He snivels, hitting his bare chest with a great offense. I even unbuttoned my shirt on the way here, blind you with my wondrous cleavage. But I almost fell to my death to give you this sight. I'm absolutely blinded, you state laconically from the show. But not by love. He hits his fist on the floor before slapping his hands together to pray so loudly that you thrill. Oh God, how neglected this poor, handsome, majestic soul of yours is. That's it. You climb down from the bed into his arms, then roll him over. You sit on his stomach and smile at him as he turns flustered, but he returns it when he reaches up and brushes off one golden strap from your left shoulder. You shouldn't have climbed to your Shanks, he whispered, laying your palm on his chest, caressing the arch of his neck. It was dangerous. It was worth it, he answers, running his fingers down the curves of your arm. Tonight is either our last or the first if that truly matters. Some arrives at your wrist, and you feel like your body ignites and smiles widely as he feels your heartbeat fast spinning second by second from his closeness. Besides, he wrestles, sitting out, which makes you slip over his lap. You bite your lip ashamed from how red you are, and he supports you with his legs and lifts your head up. He lifts your head again. Don't you want this back? You click your tongue when you see your earring in his hand. It's our back, you huff. He laughs sweetly and moves away a little. Everything has a price, he answers. 1 kiss for this one. For 2, I'll put it back myself. See? You shut out your tongue, and he avoids your next attack and chuckles and stands up, laying back on the bed before leaning above you. He looks at the gold in his hand, then into your eyes, which glow with the same wonder. No, love, whispered Shanks, taking off his hat while his gaze passed over you wildly. The red locks flow freely as he drops the jewel on your chest before leaning down and following its path with his lips. I'm a pirate.
Absolute fucking cinema.
Dude, I just looked at that picture for chapter 10. Please tell me Buggy's in this. Please tell me Buggy's in this.
That'd be so good.
I love that clown.
Yeah. We know.
What do you mean we know?
That's not really a secret, Joline.
Oh.
Sorry. To put you on blast like that.
That's crazy.
My bad. I will do it again. Oh fuck, you know what else I will do again?
Spin the wheel?
Yeah, spin the wheel, alright.
Woo!
Wheel.
Let's go! The wheel!
Alright. Do we still have it set to spin super fast? Okay, it's at 20 seconds.
For super long.
Alright. I was like, I can't remember.
I wanted to spin for a minute.
Here, I got you.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Oh, fuck.
Too late. Fuck.
Hold on, I'm doing it right now. Just for this one.
Just for this one?
Yeah. We're gonna sit here for a minute, and you're gonna like it.
I mean, yeah, they have to. They really have no other choice. I mean, they could. Actually, no, they can't. They could, but they can't, because, yeah.
They could skip ahead. Fuck.
If they skip ahead, they want their loved ones to die.
Just...
They want all their loved ones dead. I'm manifesting that for them if they skip ahead.
Damn, alright. Watch us get sold to a gang leader.
We won't. We won't get sold to a gang leader.
You don't
Dude,
know.
what is this wheel spin?
It's a minute
What is
long.
this wheel spin?
It's a minute.
What the fuck is this wheel spin?
Are we gonna get Baluigi?
Come on! Come on, let's go! Yes, keep moving! Yes!
This is honestly how Lego, like, reacts to the wheel. Like, he'll land on something, and then she just goes like, no, no, please, keep going, and there'll be a celebratory thing like that, and then she starts crying.
That's so real.
Yeah.
She's so real for that. Oh, Jesus. I like was shouting so much that my throat got fucked up.
You were acting like Sage with the fucking salmon game from Danganronpa V3. He was like, get the blue one.
The blue.
The blue one.
I feel like when I said blue, I said a French. Blue.
Blue. Oh, I should make that a soundboard of Sage just going, get the blue. I miss Sage. Even though I literally just talked to them today. I think I miss my wife tales. I miss them a lot. I'll be back. Oh my god, Joline, I'm so excited for Bowouija next week.
Are you really? Oh, yeah, because dude, that last chapter we read was the chapter I was most excited for.
See?
Everything
works out.
Yeah.
I want to know, like how long they're gonna edge me before they get together. Like, I need to know.
Dude, you better psychologically prepare yourself.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's not gonna be until like fucking chapter 50 at this rate. Your silence says everything I need to know. It is until chapter 50. Watch, they're gonna get together and the fucking story's gonna end. Just like every classic fucking fanfiction I've ever read, as soon as they get together, the book ends.
Would you rather, do you prefer pieces that really explore the relationship, or what's your preference?
Yeah, I like pieces I explore, because, like, wait, what do you mean? I've been trying to get with Vox from Hazbin Hotel for, like, several chapters, and as soon as I get together with him, the thing is just labeled complete and there's no more content. Like, give me more. I'm hungry.
Gotcha.
I'm like that fucking Ani. It was like, Papa, me want more movie.
Papa, we want more movies.
But that's
do you prefer like getting the intro to the relationship with like waiting for them to get together, or is it like pre-established?
Listen, I love seeing like the back and forth thing of like them like before they get together.
Will they, won't they?
Yeah, will they, won't they? And then they get together, and then you see the relationship bloom, and maybe like a nice little resolution to like with the plot or whatever, and then boom, story ends. But like that's about how I'm writing like the Vox and the Terror one, because like I want to see relationships explored. I want to see how these two characters will interact in a relationship. You can't just show me the pie and then take it away. I want to eat the cake. Anyway, stupid rant over. Joline, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it.
Of course, Pookie.
On screen is a playlist of all the other Wattpad book club reads I've done in the past, including with Sage, Joline, Honey, and Lego. So if you haven't seen some of those, make sure you check them out because they're pretty cool. And then on screen is the last Wattpad book club reading I've done, and that one was with Lego with Wolfrin. So if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. It's actually pretty good. I don't know what Star Wars is still, but it's okay. We went on like a million tangents on that one video. But Jolie, you have any final words?
I do not. I'm pretty content.
I was about to res you, and then I was like, I stopped myself. I hope you're happy.
See, I don't mind if you riz me, but it cannot be about appearance-based aspect. Damn. My brain is the important part.
I mean, you are very intelligent between the two of us. You're like Einstein. Just being honest.
That's crazy.
But yeah, anyway, my name is Phoenix. That was Joline, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye!